I have created a Facebook AI agent that can answer the question of the client and even they can book consultation. Let me show you the demo. Here is the n8n workflow. The message sent from Facebook is received by this webhook. Then this pass this message to this AI agent. Then this AI agent uses this OpenAI chat model to understand the message and again respond to the user. And also, if user wants to know more about the service that provided by the company, it then uses this search service node that is basically a Google Sheet. Here, I have provided some of the service that a company might offer and use this Google Sheet as the knowledge base of this AI agent and reply to the client. And if a client wants to book a consultation, it then checks this calendar and find out the available free time, the available slots, and offer 3 time slot option to the client. And if the client choose a time slot, it then create an event and save it to my calendar. And also it notify me using this email about the consultation booking. Let me show you live demo. Here is the Facebook page and this is actually a dummy page. Now if I open the message and let's say hi, see, it has responded with this message. Hello, how can I assist you today? This is actually coming from this AI agent. No real human is answering this. So let's say I want to know about this service. If I ask, can you please tell me about your services? Let's send a message. And it has answered with the available service. AI customer service, automated lead qualification bot, invoice processing automation, all of these services that my AI agent is understood from this knowledge base. See, here is the service name, AI customer service chatbot. Then this is invoice processing system. This also provide the cost and the timeline. Okay, let's ask more about AI chatbot. Here it has responded the details. Okay, so let's try to book a consultation. I would like to book a consultation on this. Let's send this message. And now it's asking me to provide my full name, email, and phone. Let's give it my information. Let's say my name is John, email john@do.com, and phone is 1234. I want to talk about AI chatbot and send a message. Fantastic. It replied with 3 available time slot. Let's choose this one, Wednesday, July 19 from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, let's copy this one and here tell I prefer, then give the time. So now it has provided me the summary about the consultation and asking me to confirm it. Let's confirm. Now my booking is created. See the success message. You are all set. And here are my consultation details, name, email, and other information is provided. And if I check my mail, see, I have just received a mail. Let's open that. And here is the booking details. And if we check my Google Calendar, it was July 19. Let's choose that date. And here it is. This consultation slot, this event is booked. You can also see the details information about the consultation. Okay, this is very cool project and really helpful in our real world where with the help of AI, you can significantly improve your customer care experience. Okay, let's build this together. Here, I'm in this blank n8n workflow. First, we need to add a trigger. Click on this plus icon. Here, I'm going to add this webhook trigger on webhook call. And in this screen, I need to update couple of settings. At the top of this configuration, we have this webhook URL. We have these 2 options, a test URL and a production URL. Once the app is ready to publish, we'll switch to this production URL. This is the URL where the request comes in. In other words, n8n will receive request at this URL. For the development where we are currently now, we are going to use this test URL. Okay. So now I'll create a Facebook app to use with this webhook. So go to this URL, developer.facebook.com. If you don't have any account on this Facebook developer, you need to create that one first. And after you created the developer account, you will have this menu, My Apps, So go to this My Apps, then click on Create App. Again, click on this Create App. Here, give it a app name. I'm going to give it the name n8n Messenger Chatbot and provide your contact email here and then click Next. Now, from this screen, we need to choose a use case. That means we define the purpose of the app. This is not that important. It's like a category and it decides where the app shows up when it published. So without overthinking, I'm just choosing this other category and then again choose this others. Click Next. Then this screen asks whether it is a business app or a consumer app. It is definitely business app, so I'm going to choose it, this business, then click Next. Here it's showing the details of the app. This is my app name, then my contact email, and optional a business portfolio. If you have any business portfolio, you can choose it there. I'm not going to select anything. Now click on this Create App. Here it's asking for my credentials. I need to give it my password and submit. Okay. Now it has redirected me to this interface. So here it's asking which kind of Facebook apps I am going to build. In Facebook, we can build apps for WhatsApp, Instagram, and many other things. Here I am going to create a messenger bot. So click this Set Up button beside this messenger. It is actually simple. Facebook is actually guiding us and I am just following it. Here in this Messenger API setup, we need to do some configuration. If we scroll down, here we have this section, configure webhooks, and here we need to provide a callback URL and verify token. What is the callback token? If I come back here in our n8n, this webhook URL is actually our callback URL. Here, for using it as a callback, I am going to do some configurations. Here, take a look at the structure of this URL. First, it has this domain name. This exactly match this domain name. Then webhook test, and then this path. If we want, we can change this path by updating this path here. Let's give it a name webhook. See, this URL path has been changed. Let's expand this. See, this URL path has been changed and I am going to keep this webhook. And this HTTP method is set to get. Let's keep it as it is for now. Now let's copy this webhook URL. Just click on this input field. It gets copied. Now go back to the Facebook developer and here in this callback URL, paste the URL that we have copied. And then we need to add a verify token. So why we need to add a verify token? Think about it. This URL here, this is a get URL. If anyone knows this URL, anyone can hit this. So to make it secure, this both sides exchange a token and check if it matches. And here we can provide their security token. You can give anything as a token, but make sure it's strong enough and secure. For the time being, I'm going to give it a simple string so that we can remember what we have provided. But in production, you need to provide a long secured string that only you and your developer knows. So here I'm going to give it a token, super secret token. Now we need to click on this, verify and save. If we click this, it should hit the webhook in our n8n. And if we come here, let's close this window. Here we can see the webhook. Now, if we keep it at this stage, go back to our Facebook Messenger and click on this verify and save button. And you can see it cannot be verified. That's because we have created this workflow, but this workflow is not running. We just created it. It won't work until we run it. To run it, click this execute workflow button. And here you see this message waiting you for call the test URL. It's now waiting for the request. Again, come here and I am clicking this verify and save. And this time it still can't verify. But if I come back here in our n8n workflow, you can see the workflow executed successfully. and this node is green. That means it received the message. So n8n got the request, but we have not responded back to the Facebook yet. Let's open this webhook node. In the output section, let's move it to this schema. In this output section, you can see Facebook sent everything that we need. And here we can see they have sent some important data. Now go back to the Facebook developer. Now I want to show you the Facebook developer information so that you can understand how they want us to verify. If I scroll up a little bit, here we have this link to developer documentation. Let's open it. In this page, search for Webhook. So here it is. Let's navigate to there. Again, this Webhook. If I scroll down, here they give us instruction about how to verify. It says Facebook will send these three things when verifying. They will send this hub.mode and this hub.verify token. And their value will be like this. For the hub.mode, the value will be always this subscribe. And for hub.verify token, it will send the token that we have defined here, this verified token. So it will send me this verified token. So during the GET request, our server will get these values. Initially, Facebook is handshaking with you, verifying you. So it's always send these two things, hub.mode and hub.verify token. And also it will send this hub.challenge. And we need to respond with the value that is provided in this hub.challenge. But before responding with this hub.challenge, you need to check two things. If the value hub.mode is subscribe and the hub.verify token is same as the token you set here. If these two things are matched exactly, then you will send back this hub.challenge. Then Facebook will do the handshaking with your n8n. So if we go back to our n8n, here you see it has sent us this hub.node. It also provided this hub.verify token and also provided this hub.challenge. We are going to match these two values if these are same, and then we'll respond with this hub.challenge. So how we'll do that? Let's close this. Here, first we need to do the verification. We need to check hub.mode is subscribe and hub.verify token is the token that we defined. We can check this using if node. Click on this plus icon here and search for if and add it. Now here we have this if block. Let's close this. And in this if block, you can see you have these two branches. This true branch and the false branch. After verification, if only the verification is passed, the data will flow this true branch and we will proceed to the next step. Now let's set the condition in this if node. Here on the left side, you can see everything that Facebook has sent me. The output of the webhook becomes the input of this if node. And here we need to set the condition. And here we will set the condition. They have already opened the first condition block and see it's showing is equal to, where we are checking if these two values are same. First we'll check if the hub.mode is subscribe. To do that, let's drag this hub.mode here in this value 1 and see it's turned into green is equal to, here provide the value we are going to match, and this will be subscribe as mentioned here, this sample value subscribe. So let's give it here as simple as that. Okay, this is our first condition. Our second condition is for hub.verify token. To add that, click on this add condition button and make sure this and is selected. That is because these two conditions must need to match. Okay, so this and must be selected. And here in this value 1, drag this hub.verify token and this is equal to, and in the value 2, provide the token that we have set in the messenger. Let's back to the messenger And here is the token. Let's copy this. And here in our n8n, paste the value. Now, if these two conditions are matched, then we'll respond to Facebook with the challenge. Okay, let's close it. So if these two conditions are matched, then it will be come to this true branch. In this true branch, here we need to respond. So search for respond and choose this respond to webhook. Here we have this field respond with. Here we need to configure how this will be respond. According to Facebook documentation, we need to respond with the text. So let's select this text, and in the respond body, what do we need to send? That is hub.challenge. Here in the input section, we have this webhook. Let's expand this. Let's call up these headers and query. Here we are going to respond with this hub.challenge. Just drag and drop this hub.challenge in response body. Okay, all done. Let's close it. Now here we need to do a small adjustment. Open this webhook. Here it's set to respond immediately. But now we will not going to respond immediately. We are going to respond using the respond to webhook node. This tells n8n that a separate node, this respond to webhook node, is responsible for the response. All done here. Now let's execute the workflow again. Back to our Facebook developer. And now if we click on this verify and save, let's wait a couple of seconds. So while it's loading, I would like to mention one thing. In the development node, you have to click this execute workflow every time. But after publishing, we can publish it by clicking this publish button. After publishing, you don't need to do that. Okay. So back to our Facebook developer. And here you can see it has this green mark. That means it's successfully verified our webhook. It's worked perfectly. And in the n8n, after the execution, you see all the nodes are marked as green with these green check marks. So our Facebook hook is now ready. Let's move to the second step. In this step, we'll generate the access token. And access token acts like a digital key. This key lets exchange message with the Facebook. Click on this button, this connect button. Here it's telling me to log in. I am going to continue with my profile. And here we need to choose the page for which I am going to implement this chatbot, or in other words, our AI receptionist. Here I have these two dummy pages. I am going to select this one and click continue. Now click save. I'm just following the Facebook on-screen instruction, nothing complex here. Page reloads now. Now to generate the access token, Facebook requires proper permission first. So here we need to add subscription. Subscription tells Facebook what our bot can do. Only select the roles that we actually need. Click on this add subscription button. Here this opens the available roles. Here we need these two specific roles. One is this message and another is message reads. Let's mark this message and message reads and confirm. Okay. Now let's click on this generate token button. So it has generated the token. I need to mark this. I understand. So if I mark this, it's now showing the token. Copy this token and store it somewhere safe. You will need it later. Let's click done. One thing I would like to mention that do not share this token anyone else unless you trust them. Fine. We have everything done here. Now we will work in the n8n. Till now, we have verified our webhook, and because we have the access token, the page is now connected. So what do you think? If we send message from the page, we will receive that message. Let's try it. I'm going to open the page here. It's just a dummy blank page, nothing here. So if I open the message and actually I forgot one thing. I need to click on this execute workflow button. So back to the Facebook page, and if I send the message now, hi, and if we back here, see, nothing is happening. It's still waiting for you to call the test URL. Why is that? This is because webhook verification is one-time process. Facebook verified it once, but what happens next? Next, the user will message you from the page, from the Facebook Messenger, and you should receive it here. but it is not happening. This is because Facebook sent this message as post request, and right now our webhook accept this get request, and this get request is only for verification. Actual user message will always be in the post request. Let's update our webhook to receive them. Let's stop listening by clicking this button here. Move to this webhook settings, and here we have this option, allow multiple HTTP methods. Turn this switch on. Now if we switch to parameter, you can see in the HTTP method now get and post are showing. These two methods are enabled. You can also add put or delete if you want, but we don't need this here. So let's close it, and now execute the workflow back to Facebook and send the message again. And if we come back to this n8n, see the workflow executed successfully. This webhook now turns green. That means it has received the message. If we open the webhook, and here in the output we have this post branch, it has one item. That is the message that we have sent. Let's view it in table format. It will be better to understand. In this table, we have this column, body. In this body, we have a couple of sections. Under this messaging, it has some information about the message like sender ID, recipient ID, and the message itself with the text that we have sent. This one, hello. Okay, so let's move to this schema. It's the same data, just showing in different style. And here inside body, you can see we have this entry. Inside this entry, we have this messaging with the sender, recipient, and the message itself. Okay, we are now able to receive the message, but it cannot send you the response because, let's organize it a little bit. We are now able to receive the message, but it cannot send you any response. That is because we actually did not tell it to. Here you can see this post branch is green. We are getting this message in this post branch. Now we will pass this message to our AI agent. That agent will read the message and it will provide an appropriate response. So click on this plus icon. Then from this category, choose AI and select this AI agent. Now let's close it for now. And here you can see we have added this AI agent. For this AI agent to work, we need these three things. A chat model. The chat model acts as brain that this AI agent used to think. Then this AI agent need a memory to remember about the conversation. It also need a tool. We can add a couple of tools. With that tool, AI agent can perform its work. This chat model is mandatory because without any brain, the AI agent actually cannot think and it will not able to understand about the message. For adding chat model, click on this plus icon. Here you can see the available chat models in n8n. It supports various chat models. You can add Google Gemini chat model, or you can add Olama chat model, Anthropic, and many other. I am going to use this OpenAI chat model. So let's select that. This is the configuration window of OpenAI chat model. To be able to use OpenAI chat model, we need to set up the credentials. Let's set it up. Click on this setup credentials. And here we need to provide the API key. To get the API key in a new tab, go to platform.openai.com. Here we need to sign in. I'm going to sign in with my email address. After signing in, it will be redirect you to this developer dashboard. Here we need to create API key. Click on this API key menu from the left side. And here make sure you are in this project API keys. Click on this create new secret key button, and here provide a name for this API key. This is optional. I'm going to name it n8n messenger and create the secret key. So let's copy this secret key back to our n8n, and here paste the secret key and save. Save. Our credential is successfully created and this is now connected with our OpenAI. One thing I would like to mention, let's close this. Here, to be able to use this API, we need to add some credit. You can add credit by clicking on this profile image, then go to this profile settings. From here, go to this billing, and we need to add some credit balance. Add credit balance by click on this add credit balance button. We need to add minimum of $5 credit. Without that, we are not able to use this OpenAI chat model. Okay, we are done here. Let's close this for now and back to our n8n. So here our credential is set up. Now we need to choose the model. So I am going to choose GPT 4.1 mini. I specifically using GPT 4.1 mini. That is because it is relatively cost effective and it has the enough intelligence that understand the user's message. It is perfect balance between the cost and intelligence. So we are done here now. Let's close it. So we have added this chat model. Now we need to respond to the user. For responding, let's check Facebook Messenger how we can respond. For this, from the left sidebar, search for this messaging and go to this messaging section and let's scroll down. Facebook provides a sample request here. This is basically a call request. A call request is just a pre-made web link. We can use HTTP request node in n8n for this. This node sends data back to the Facebook. Here, we need to provide some values. This PSID, placeholder ID of the recipient. Then we also need page ID here. And we also must provide the access token. Finally, we need to include actual text message. So let's copy this call request, switch back to n8n, and here in the AI agent output, click on this plus icon and here search for HTTP request. Select this HTTP request node. This HTTP node is responsible for sending the request and catch the response. Click on this import call button and here paste the request that we have copied and click import. This automatically sets our parameter. We just need to update a few values here. This URL to include the page ID, then need to provide this access token, the recipient ID and the message. We need to update these 4 things. Now back to our URL. Here we can grab this page ID from our webhook. Let's expand our webhook and collapse this header. Here in this body, we have all the necessary data. In this messaging object, you can see we have these 2 IDs. One is for sender, another is for recipient. So for this page ID, which ID we need to use? Think about this. When a user sends a message to this page, so in that case, the page is the recipient. So in our case, this recipient ID is actually the page ID and this sender ID belongs to the ID of the actual user who sent this message. Now let's replace this placeholder. I'm going to replace this page ID with the recipient ID. Let's remove this placeholder here and I am going to drag this recipient ID here. It's dropped on the wrong side. Let's expand this expression so that we can fix it. So here, let's cut this expression and put it in the appropriate position. Now, here one thing I'd like to mention is that this is pretty large expression. Here, it's list item, then JSON, then body, and then provide entry. Actually, a pretty large expression here. And this feels complex and confusing. So I'll do some refactoring here. Let's close this. Also, close this configuration window for now. Now, let's delete the connection between webhook and AI agent. In our webhook, incoming Facebook data looks messy. So I will do some refactoring. I will add a node in the middle between this webhook and AI agent, and this node grabs only the data that we actually need, and I want to rename those fields so that we can understand what these fields belongs to. This clean data prevents confusion in our next step. Okay, click on this plus icon of this post branch of webhook and search for edit field. We need this specific node. Let's edit. Here, look at these parameter settings. We have these large rectangular blocks where we can drag the input fields, and this will hold the Facebook message data. Let's collapse the header and one by one drag the necessary fields that we need. First, let's drag this sender ID. Next one is recipient ID. Then the message. So we have these three fields now. Now I will rename it. For the first one, I would like to replace this long field name with a simpler one. I'll name it user underscore ID. Then the next field is for recipient ID. This is actually our page ID. So let's replace it with name page ID. And the next one is our actual text message. So I'm going to replace this field name with message text. Okay, that's great. Now I will connect this edit field to our AI agent. Let's reorganize this workflow. Okay, now let's open this edit field again and click on this execute setup of our edit fields. And now you can see the new field's name in the output. The field's name associated with their value. Let's close it. And I also like to rename this edit field. Let's rename, right click and then click this rename. I would like to rename it to message field. Click rename. Now let's open our AI agent, and here we need to update a small settings. At the top we have this prompt. This is the message we pass to the OpenAI model. Think of it like typing a prompt into ChatGPT. Here we need to pass the user's message to the chat model. To do that, first we need to update this source for prompt, change it to define below. And here in this prompt, let's drag and drop this message text. And we can also add other option by clicking this add option. Let's say we want to add a system message. Using this system message, we can give the AI some specific rules. Those rules help it to generate the right response. For now, let's keep it simple. I'll keep it this text here. You are a helpful assistant. We'll add more instruction as we go. Now let's close this and open this HTTP request. And here you can see on this input, we have this message field. Let's expand this. And I'm going to use this value to configure the placeholder of our card. So first one, this one was our page ID. Let's remove old one. And from this message field, drag this page ID to this appropriate position. Okay. Let's expand this. So see, I have provided this in this appropriate position, and you can see the expression is much smaller, clear, and easy to understand. Next, let's provide the access token. This is the token we generated in the Facebook app settings. We saved it in a safe place earlier. Let me paste it here. Now, scroll down. Here, we need to provide the recipient ID. We are sending the response back to the user. So, we'll provide user ID here. Let's remove this placeholder and drag this user ID from message field and drop it there. It's placed at the bottom. Let's put it in the right position. Expand this expression. Cut this and put it here in the appropriate position. And finally, we need to provide the actual response. We'll get the response from the AI agent. So we need to execute that AI agent first. Let's close this. And to execute the AI agent, click on this play icon at the top of this AI agent. So our AI agent is using the chat model to generate the response, and the response is generated. And let's check our HTTP request. As I have mentioned, we need to provide the output from the AI agent, and you see the output from here, AI agent. Let's remove this hello world and drag the output and drop it here in this text. And here we must need to do one final thing. The AI agent might generate emojis or special characters, but here we must send a text message. To ensure this, we need to add a special JavaScript function. Let's cut this portion, and here I will call the object JSON, then call the method dot stringify, and here provide the output from AI agent. And also let's expand this, and also we need to remove this quotation mark from here. And what it does is that this function converts the AI output into a safe text string. Okay, now let's test it again. Let's close this. and this time again execute the workflow and switch to Facebook and give it another message. What is the capital of France? And send a request. Back to our n8n. Now it has executed successfully, and in our Facebook we have received this message straight from our n8n using the AI agent. Now let's ask another question. What was my previous question? Before we send this message, we need to execute this workflow again. And now back to Messenger and send the message. And see what is the response. You have not asked any previous question. See, it cannot answer. It does not remember what I asked it previously. The AI agent, this AI agent forgets the conversation after replying. It cannot remember previous chats. To keep track of previous conversation, we need to give it a memory. Let's do that. Click on this plus icon of this memory. Here we can add MongoDB chat memory, Postgres chat memory, Redis chat memory, or any other database. But for now, I'm going to use this simple memory. Let's select that. This is very simple memory. See the n8n instruction here. This node stores memory locally in the n8n instance. It is not compatible with GUI and multi-main setup, as memory will not be shared across workers. For production use with scaling, consider using an external memory store such as Redis, Postgres, or other persistent memory node. What does it mean? That it warns against using this for the scaled setup. Its simple memory stores small things locally. We should not use this in the production. Okay, so for our case, it's enough, because I am just showing you the demo, but in the production, definitely I have used some other kind of database. Now we need to change this session ID to define below, and here we need to provide a key. This is a unique key that tracks the specific conversation. Here we need to save the full conversation, so we need a unique identifier. We can use user ID, this one, who has sent this message. The system will store the chat against this specific user. Let's drag and drop this user ID to this key field, and our next option is the context window length. This dictates how many past messages it remembers. Currently it's set to 5. Let's make this to 10. Now let's close it and test it again. Execute the workflow, switch back to Facebook Messenger, and here if I send another message, what is n8n? So we received the response, and this is a response from the AI agent. It has provided in details information about the n8n. And now if I ask this question, what was my previous question? Sorry, I forgot to execute the workflow. Let's move here and execute the workflow again. And in the Facebook Messenger, let's ask this question. And here you can see the response. Your previous question was, what is n8n? This time it can remember my conversation and answers me. Great. Now, at this moment, our AI agent has this brain and memory. It has enough knowledge to reply to the user, but this currently uses the entire internet data. This is too huge. You do not need this for your use case. You are not building next ChatGPT. You are building an AI receptionist. It must answer about your specific business. Right now, it does not know about anything about your business and your service. So we need to train it for that. I have created a Google Sheet with some of the information about the service your business may provide. Let's open Google Drive, drive.google.com. Here is the sheet I have created. Let's open this. Here I have listed some potential AI services. These services your company might offer. I want my AI agent to answer from these only, nothing else. Let's set it up. Back to our n8n. Now we need to give this information as a tool. Click on this plus icon of tool, and here search for Google Sheet. We need this one, Google Sheets tool. To use this, at first we need to sign in with Google. As I am using this official n8n cloud, so I can simply click on this sign in with Google and it will automatically catch the credentials. But if you're using n8n from VPS or localhost, you might need manual setup. Check my other video for actual connection steps to connect with Google account. Okay, now let's click on this sign in with Google. Now click on my account and continue. Now my Google Sheet account is connected. Also, I want to rename this node to search service. Here, now we need to update some of the configurations. For the operation, it will be get rows. This lets us read the spreadsheet data. Next, we need to choose the specific document. Here we have a couple of options, from list, by URL, or by ID. I am going with from list and click here to choose the sheets. And here you can see our sheet, AI automation services. Let's select that. Next, here we need to choose the specific sheet of that Google Sheet document. Here you can see I rename the sheet as service list, and here in this n8n, if we click here, it's showing this sheet. Let's select that. Okay, let's close this window now. Now, again, let's open the AI agent. Here, we need to update this system message. Let's expand this for better view. Let's replace the short message with details instruction. Let me read it loud for you. You are an AI assistant. Here I have provided some knowledge-based rules. Answer queries using search service. Do not answer from memory. Only answer using data returned by the tool. Never invent service price or timeline that are not in the sheet. If a user asks something unrelated to the company's automation service, that is like general chit-chat, unrelated topic, other companies, personal opinions, etc., politely explain you can only help with question about the company's automation service and offer list of categories. Here is the tone. Be concise, friendly, and professional. Keep messenger replies short, within 2 to 4 sentences, unless you are listing service or time slots. Okay, let's close this. Also close this window and let's test this now. Click on this execute workflow from the messenger. Again, if I send a question, what is the capital of France? See, this time it's told me that it can only assist with question related to the company's automation service. So we can only ask for question that is related to the company's business. Let's ask that. What services do you provide? Before sending this, let's execute the workflow and again send a message. Here it provides the company's service list. We provide the following automation service and the service list listed in the Google Sheet. Here, okay, it has only provided those services, including the price range and the timeline. Now, let's add some fun with it. Let's make this agent more useful. I will make this agent to handle free consultation bookings. It can search my calendar for free tools. It will inform the user about the available time, and if the user confirms, it books the consultation and then it saves the event in the Google Calendar. It will also able to send me a notification email about the confirmation. This way you can attend and support your client. Okay, let's set it up. In this tool, let's add another node. Search for Google Calendar. This one. Here we need to connect with Google Calendar. So click on this sign in with Google and choose your account. And we need to select the permissions and continue. So our Google account is now connected. Here, let's make few changes. Change this operation from creates to get many. And we need to provide a calendar from list. Choose the calendar. I have already created a calendar named event schedule. Let's select that. Keep the limit to 50 here and next. Now we need to provide the timeline next. It uses this after and before fields. We need to set the start date to search for the confirmation in this after field. So let's expand this expression and here I'm going to paste the specific expression. And here, let me explain what this code snippet actually does. It starts with this form AI. This function grabs data from our AI agent. It needs a unique key. The AI agent populates this automatically. Then it also needs a description. This is helpful for the AI to know what to do. Then we can provide an optional data type. Also, we can provide a default value and this is also optional. So here I am using this start time to provide the start date range to search it for, and here provided a description. Start of the date range to check for availability, and this is in ISO 8601 format, and the data type is string. Okay, let's close this. Next, we need to provide a date for the before field. Let's expand this and paste the code snippet here. Here I'm using this end time. This is for end of the data range to check for availability. It is also ISO 8601 and data type is string. Okay, let's close this. I know at this time it feels a little bit complex, but this makes this automation so valuable. Keep following along me. I will upload this so you can use it in your own project. Check the download link in the description. You can play around it with yourself. Okay, I also want to rename this calendar node. I will rename it to check calendar availability and close this. So with this calendar, our AI agent can now search for available free slots. We need to add another calendar to create event. Okay, let's click this plus icon of tool again and again search for Google Calendar and add this. It automatically gets the credentials as we have already signed it with Google. And now we need to do some other configurations here. Let's change this node name to book consultation. Here for operation, this time it will be create and choose the calendar. This one event schedule where this event will be stored. Here we must need to provide start and end time. I will offer 60-minute consultation time. So let's provide the start time expression. Let's expand this and replace this with the code snippet. Here again using from AI function, and I have provided this start time. It is for confirmed consultation start time in ISO 8601 format. It must be weekday between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. After that time, I am not available to provide any free consultation. Okay, let's close this. Now we need to add the end time. Again, let's expand this expression. Here, paste this expression that we need. And using this form AI, I am defining an end time. Consultation end time, exactly 60 minutes later, the start. Also, it is in ISO 8061 format. The data type is string. Close that. Now here I also need to add some extra fields. The data of these extra fields will go into the calendar event. Click on this add field and select this attendees. This holds the client's information. The AI agent gets this data from the chat. Let's expand the expression here. And again, I am going to paste the expression. And here from AI, it will get attendees email. This is the user email address. We'll actually ask for user email while confirming the bookings. Let's close this. Beside this, I also want to add the summary. So click on this add field button and choose summary. And again, provide a expression for populate the summary. Move to this expression tab and paste the expression. Here, what I'm telling is that it needs to populate this with this summary. The summary will be in this format: free consultation followed by the username and the short topic about which they want the consultation for. Beside that, I also want a detailed description of their consultation. So click on this add field and search for description. Here, description. And in this description field, move to expression and again paste our another code snippet. Again, this description will be populated by our AI agent. It will include the phone number, this is the user's phone, and the discussion topic in details. Let's close this. I also want to get the email notification about this booking. To do that, in this tool, let's add another node and search for Gmail. We have these two options, Gmail and Gmail tool. We need to select this one, Gmail tool. And here, again, we need to sign in with Google. Let's click here and choose our account. Again, continue. So we are successfully signed in. Now we need to do a couple of configuration settings here. Let's rename this node to notify and set this operation to send and provide the email address where I want to get a notification. Then we need to provide the expression for the subject. So move to this expression and paste the expression here. So what it does, let's expand this. We will fill this email subject, something like this one, new consultation followed by username. Okay. Next, I need to provide the actual message. Set this email type to text and provide the expression for the actual message. This message is also will be provided by AI agent. It will be a clean plain text email. Notify the owner of the new booking. It includes the username, email, phone, topic, and scheduled date and time. Let's close this. And I also need to add another configuration. I click on this add option, select this append n8n attribution and turn this switch off. Okay, so we are done here. Let's close this. Now we are almost set. We just need to update the system message for the AI agent to understand what it needs to do. Let's open this AI agent and here we will update this system message. Let's select this expression and expand this. Here we need a stricter and more detailed system message. Let's delete this old one and paste this new instruction. It's quite detailed and I won't read it all because it's quite long. I'll give you a quick brief about this. It includes same knowledge base as before and it now includes a proper consultation booking flow. If a user expresses interest for a free consultation, the AI agent acts. It will ask for full name, email, and phone number. Then it will search the calendar. It will only offer the time slots that are on a weekday between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. company local time. It will present 2 or 3 available time slot to the user. It asks the user to pick one. Once the user picks a slot and the agent reply with the summary about the consultation time, and it will wait for user's confirmation. Only after the user gives explicit final confirmation, this agent will store the booking in the Google Calendar. It will also immediately after successful booking use my notify tool, that is my Gmail, to email me the company owner with the name, email, phone number, the topic and other information about the meeting. And at the end, I have also added this current date and time and I have used this JavaScript expression $now. This is extremely important for AI models. GPT models have a knowledge cutoff date. They do not know today's actual date. Without this, they might try to book appointment in the past. This line explicitly feeds the current time to the chat model. The model uses this date to find future appointments. Now everything is fully set up. Let's execute the workflow and test the booking. Also close this window. This time, instead of clicking this execute workflow, I will publish it. Going back and forth to execute the workflow is kind of annoying. Okay, let's publish this one. Click on this publish button and publish. And now we also need to update the Facebook app callback URL. This time we need to update it with the production URL. So open the webhook and select this production URL and copy this URL. And here in this Messenger API setup, this is the section to configure the callback URL. Let's expand this. And here, let's replace this test URL with the production URL. And we also need to provide the verify token again. And now click on this, verify and save. So the verification was successful, all done. Now let's go back to our Facebook page. And here in the message, let's say I want to book a consultation for this AI customer service. So let's ask for this. It's actually flooded with so many messages. So I need to some way to stop that. It's flooded with so much messages and here it's telling that it seems like your message was empty. So I need to fix this one. So for the time being, let's unpublish this. And again, this time I will run this workflow in test environment. So for this, let's again copy this test URL. And in this Messenger API settings, let's extend this and update this callback URL with the test URL. And again, update the verify token. Click on this, verify and save. So this is verified. Now back to the n8n. And now let's disable these two nodes. This time I will do some configuration, so I don't need to respond to the Facebook. And here, come to this page and let's send a message. Hello. It actually will not work because I forgot to execute the workflow. And as I'm in this testing mode, so I need to click on this execute workflow. Again, go to the Facebook page and type hello and back to the n8n. So it has received the message. Let's open this webhook and here is the text message it gets. So here I am going to disconnect the connection between this webhook and message field, and I will add another node here. Name of the node is filter. With this filter node, we can filter out the request. We can allow certain type of request while blocking everything. So here we need to provide the conditions. Let's collapse this header, and this is our messenger text. Let's drag it here in this value 1, and from this drop down choose this string and choose this exist. So what it will do, it will check the text of the message and it check if this text exists. If this exists, only then it will pass request to the next node. Okay, let's close this and connect this filter to the message field. Let's reorganize this and enable these other nodes. And this time I will again publish the workflow. So let's publish. And also I need to update the production URL. So let's copy this production URL. In this Messenger API settings, expand this configure webhook and update the callback URL with the public URL and provide the verified token again. And click verify and save. This is now verified. Now again, if I come back to my page and ask the question, what services do you provide, and send a message. See, this time I only get one response. Okay, this time the message is not flooded with lot of messages. I just getting the response what I expect. Here is the response. We offer these automation services, this AI customer service. Then another one is invoice processing and the social media. And also it has asked me, would you like more details or help with booking free consultation? Let's tell it, I want to book a free consultation. Let's send it. Now it's asking my full name, email and phone. And it also mentioned that it's want to know what I would like to discuss in the consultation. Okay. So let's give my information. My name is John. Email is john@do.com and phone number is 222222. And I want to discuss about, so let's take a look about the available services. So let's say we want to discuss about this AI customer service chatbot. Okay, so let's give it here, AI customer service chatbot, and let's send a message. Perfect. It responded with these 3 available time slots. So I need to choose among these. Let's choose this one. Let's copy that and tell it that I would like to choose and provide the date and time and send a message. And here it's asking my confirmation. It has provided the summary that the consultation slot on Thursday, July 16, 2026 from 10:30 to 11:30. And here is my summary of the information, my name, email and topic. And it's asking for my confirmation. Let's tell it to confirm. So it has confirmed the booking. You are all set. And here it's provided the information about consultation. So let's check our email and calendar if we get those data properly. First, let's check my email. Here I have this new mail. This is new consultation booking details, name John, the provided email and the scheduled date time. And it has provided the exact date time that I am interested. And also if I check the calendar, so the date was 16 July. Let's pick the date. And here you can see this consultation date is booked in this time between this 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And if we view this, here you can see the summary and the details about the consultation. So we have it. We now have a fully working AI receptionist. It can answer customers' question and books meeting automatically. This gives you production ready automation. It saves you hours of manual work every week. Okay, so you can find the complete workflow template below in the description. Check the description and download the files and test it out for your own business. Drop a comment if you get stuck anywhere. If you want more practical tutorials, hit subscribe. Thank you for building this with me today. I'll see you on the next.